Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be reviewing this Walt Disney Classic Collection, Prince Philip and Princess Aurora. It's called A Dance in the Clouds. For this piece, there is actually two different versions. This is the more open version and it has Aurora in her blue dress, and the other more limited version is in the pink one. Personally, I really like the one in the blue dress because, well, blue is my favorite color, and I do believe she wore blue more than she wore pink in the entire movie. But the pink one is actually a lot more expensive because it is limited. But since I don't really like the color, it's kind of worked out for me that way. Sorry for using a plate. I don't actually have one of those like rotating base plates that some people use for their reviews. But yeah, since I really need to rotate this piece a lot, since you need to rotate them in order to see their faces even, so you couldn't just stay in one particular angle. Well, first of all, I really love the sense of flow in this piece, the way you can really feel them twirling, as they dance at the end of the movie. You can feel that from the way his cape is sort of, flowing through the air and in a direction where Aurora's hair is actually twirling from about the same round, twisting movement, which is something that not a lot, I don't think any sculpture today would portray except like one of those really high-end sideshow collectible sculpture. But in terms of Disney sculptures, not a lot of them these days actually try to portray a sense of movement, because they are not exactly sort of following the original animation. They're not trying to portray the original animation drawings in 3D form, while this series is dedicated to doing just that. So even down to the full of motion, it is all there. You can even see here from the way dress is sort of trailing behind her. I mean, it is just a beautiful piece. You can really feel the sense of motion and energy in this piece. So let's get started towards Aurora's face. It is a very accurate face. Some of these early princess face can be easily generalized into just one pretty face, but actually each of them has their own distinctive face shape. Aurora's eyes, actually compared to the other previous princesses, is quite big, and she actually ushered in the big eyes later on found in Ariel or Jasmine in the 90s. And as you know, Aurora is actually the last princess movie to be developed, to be made at Disney, until 30 years later when The Little Mermaid came into the screen. So I do believe they sort of left off where they sort of started with Ariel where they left off with Aurora. That's why you kind of see her having a more naive, cute type of eye design with her. You can see the crown. It's painted with this kind of gold paint, and also her necklace there. Her dress is absolutely stunning. It reflects some of the magenta, if you can kind of tell right there, magenta coloring, sort of a rainbow feel into her dress. It's quite beautiful. Now let's move on to Philip. Philip, I would say his face is not that too accurate. In the movie, I do believe he has a much smaller pupil. I do believe his face is more accurately portrayed in another WDCC piece where he is shown fighting Maleficent the dragon and he's on the edge of the cliff. I do feel his face over there is a more accurate depiction of Philip from the animation. Even there's another Philip piece, and that one was with Briar Rose in the woods. I do think his face is also more accurately portrayed there, but not as much in here. But you know, overall, everything else is so good though. The costume, the movement, that you know, and Aurora herself, that you don't really care that much about Philip's accurate face. But yeah, as you can see, he has this puffy sleeve here, and of course, he wore this at the end of the movie when he finally defeated Maleficent and woke Aurora from her slumber, and they arrived at a party where they have their final dance before the movie ends, as their parents watched on. See some of the cape, even touching the leg there. I mean, what I love also about WDCC is the fact that they never try to cheat by filling in some of these like back areas. You know, pieces these days, they would probably just stick the cape towards his back, you know, and just sort of fill it in so it wouldn't break or whatever. But WDCC, they never cut corners. They make sure if the cape is flowing, it is flowing. There's no filler behind it, as it should, you know. You have his gold buckle right there. And that is it, pretty much. You have his boots. An overall amazing piece. It's very similar to the Cinderella one, but I do like the addition of the cape, sort of to give it more movement, since Cinderella's prince doesn't have a cape on. But the dress and the movement of the dress is quite similar. Although, if you notice, Cinderella has a different dancing style from Aurora in the movie. I don't know if you remember, but Aurora and Philip actually has a more aggressive twirling, while Cinderella and her prince is a more sort of a more circular but a tamer version of the waltz that they're doing there. And believe it or not, is actually portrayed pretty well in the 3D form. You know, you can tell from, I think, from Philip's feet right there. He's sort of like really lunging towards and trying to lead Aurora through the dance. And yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it about this piece. I really hope you're enjoying most of my other WDCC review line in this channel, and yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this review as well. So just subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.